where I had sometimes played chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, these seem impossible to score. So I dream on to someday find that vintage love. I kept on looking, but everyone's such a bore. And out of a sudden, you came through the door. At the next table, your whiskey neat, the lights were dimmed as our eyes met, moves on me. And forevermore, I like to share that vintage dream.
Hello, welcome back. My name is Nicole Cole. Today we are going to work on some more fall decor. I have made these pumpkins quite some time ago, and they're very simple. They're 1x4s, different heights of pumpkins, and we are going to paint them a different color. Each one of these are orange, so I wanted to paint one white, one blue, and one green. And I thought y'all would enjoy to see this and actually kind of get an idea to make you some outdoor pumpkins to go on your front porch. So this is my small pumpkin. It's about 8 boards wide. I cut all my boards one length, about the size or the height of the stem. I laid them out, and then I just kind of freehand with my little hand scroll saw. I think that's what it's called. Don't quote me on that one. And I just cut out the shape that I wanted. It is flat on the bottom, so I just left that, but I did round out either corner. On the back of it, you'll see, and this is one of the first ones I did, and this was mine, so I wasn't really worried about painting the back. I just did 1x4s across and screwed the boards to this. I did that on 2 areas, and then I added a kind of like a door hatch or a hinge, and it does have a little bit of chain down below to hold it where I can stand it up in the front yard. Let me turn around so I can show it to you. So it'll just lean just like that. I think I'm gonna paint this one navy, and then the middle one I'm gonna do the green, but I thought y'all would enjoy seeing this. Let's get started. So I'm just gonna do my base green, navy, and then I'm gonna go back and I'll add all my pretty details. I'm hoping this navy, I only have to do 1 coat over this orange, and it looks like it's gonna cover it pretty good.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Be free. Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Oh, yeah. Take my hand, we'll make somehow we can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me.
As you can see, this one's a little bit bigger. This one is the middle size one. So I kind of made up my mind up because, you know, I was going to use the orange and the navy and the green. So I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll use the green on the medium, the navy on the small, and then I'll highlight with the white or the creamy color. That way I can have the orange, the navy, the green, and the cream in there. That was my decision. So we'll leave the large one exactly the way it is, paint the two smaller ones so I can add in my two colors and accentuate with the cream color. So I'm going to get this one in place. We're going to paint this that green color.
I'm out of reasons, I'm out of rhyme, but I'll only tell you that I'm out of time. I'm sick of love songs, I'm tired of this, and I wanna tell you straight just like it is. You're watching me like you want me, but you're still holding back, still holding back. Honestly, you're annoying me with the way that.
All right, so since this is the orange one, and y'all can see paint all over my hands, I do get paint on myself. I'm gonna leave this one the color it is, but I need to add in somehow the blue and the green. Now I have the green in an eye or like a vine swirly in there, and I think I'm gonna leave that, but I wanted to add in some blue and some copper on the stem. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my plate. I'm just gonna feather in some copper here in this stem. And all I'm gonna do is just I've got a good sized brush, you can see there, and I'm just gonna feather in some copper. I know you know that on a stem, they look kind of grainy or like they have veins in them, and that's the kind of look that I'm trying to achieve. Now I am going to add some white in here because I didn't have any white before, and I want to do that cream color like you and I discussed. I'm liking the look of that. And I'm going to do some down here just to kind of finish out the stem. I don't want it to look like a straight line. Let's see if I can feather that in a little bit better. That's the thing about painting, it's very forgiving. So you can kind of play with it and make it look like, oh, that's intentional. So, all right, so I want to add a little bit of copper in this area. So I'm going to kind of feather it into the leaf as well. And I may go on the outside because I did this kind of a messy look. And then down the center. Then I thought about bringing the blue in, and I wanted to bring the blue in with maybe some like blueberries. So I'm gonna kind of add some blueberries here and there. So let me get the same blue that I used on the blue pumpkin, and I'm gonna use the exact same paintbrush that I used for feathering in this, and I'm gonna do me some blueberries. And they don't have to be exact. I kind of want to go down into this area too, because that's how I did on this particular pumpkin. So I'm going to go down in here. All right, so I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'll do my black ends on there, and then maybe some vines going. I'm gonna do my little black line, black dots in my blueberries. They're not quite dry, but I think I can go ahead and proceed with that. And I just kind of want to do them just to give it.
Keep playing. Show me your love like it is, like it is. Bend open my heart like you're fearless. Steal all the gold you can get, you can get. Show me your love, leave me breathless, breathless. I'm out of patience, I'm out of feels.
I may go back with a little white later and just kind of shadow those in. But what I wanted to do now is, you can see I have a lot of yellow around here, and I like the yellow and I want to leave some of it, but I do want to accentuate more with some white. So I'm gonna, or what I'm calling cream, but it's kind of a creamy white. So I've got a large brush. These are some like we used to use in grammar school, and I'm just gonna kind of feather that in a little bit. And you'll see when I put it on my paintbrush, oh, I'm gonna get a mess. When I put it on my paintbrush, I kind of put it in my paint and then I dab it out a little bit because I want it to feather. So. And you see how I'm just driving it across the edges of the board. Now, with pumpkins, you know how they have the veins, or not veins, That's why I did the 1x4s, because it would give the variation of the pumpkin the way it's formed. So that's why I'm just gonna kind of go down this with a little bit of white. And you'll see it better when I show a full picture of it. And let me just say, the more you paint, the better you will get at it. It looks complicated, but it's really not as hard as everybody thinks it is. You just gotta play with it. I'm loving this. It's turning out really pretty.
I'm waiting around for something real. I'm going crazy. Like, what's the deal? 'Cause I want you to show me what you feel. You're watching me like you want me.
All right, so I'm gonna do the blue one and I'm gonna try to turn it where you can see it. The large one was hard to turn where you guys could see it. So I'm gonna add some leaves on here, and this one's gonna look different, or the two new ones that I painted are gonna look somewhat different anyway. So I've got a good size paintbrush and I've got my green, and I'm just gonna and that's how you do a leaf. It's easy as that. Now I'm just gonna fill it in. And this is the green color, excuse me, that I used on the green pumpkin. So I wanted to kind of bring that color in a little bit more on the blue. Now I'm gonna get a small paintbrush. I'm thinking this one might work. Let's try this one. I'm gonna do that one right there. Let me get a little bit of the green in there. See if I can do some swirlies. Like I said, the more you practice, the better you will get at it. I may even do another. I'm gonna do that just to bring in some more green. Let me use that bigger paintbrush. This one would be crazy trying to fill that leaf in. You could add ribbons to these. That would be really pretty. But I'm not gonna add any ribbons. That's just something else I have to take care of. I'm just gonna leave it as is. Now, if I did anything, you could do raffia. Raffia would be sweet on here. All right, so once that dries, then we'll go in and shadow. I can go ahead and add my white around the pumpkin, And I use this 3/4 large size paintbrush for that. I'm just going to start at the top. You know, most pumpkins have a little indentation, and so I round off my corners to give it more of a rounded shape. And I do try to do that. So I'm just going to kind of go down. So basically all you're doing is just shadowing. Then I will go in this area, and I will kind of try to keep in these lines where the boards meet, but watch. On the smaller one, it's easier to do. The larger one is kind of hard because it's hard to get a shape, you know, but the smaller ones are easier. And it's just as easy as that. Now I will add a little bit of copper on this, but other than that, that's all I'm gonna do to this one. And we'll give y'all a good up close picture after we get every one of them painted, okay? All right, so here's the green one. This is the final one that we're gonna do together. I'm gonna bring in the white just like I did on the other ones. Let's see if I can find my paintbrush. Here it is. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of brush in the white just like I did on the blue and shadow it in. So I'm gonna start here in the center. Is that what I wanna do? Yeah, I'm gonna start here in the center and just kind of round it out. And it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Alright, and we'll start over here. Kind of shadow this in right there. Go around. Yeah, I like that. I like the look of that. All right, now I'm gonna add in some blueberries. That's a big blueberry, Nicole. Goodness gracious. Let me get a little smaller on those blueberries. Kind of want to keep it all in one area on this particular one. I think I did the same thing on the orange one. All right, let's let that dry.
I don't think we got enough time to sort out all the fights, to sort out all the lies. Oh baby, yeah. There was a part of me that knew that, and still I'm caught by surprise. I thought you'd always be mine. I guess our dreams fell asleep. There's no passion in the comatose. Baby going down, 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 down. Baby going down, 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 down. Tried so hard to stay afloat. Yeah, we keep moving like the river goes. Baby going down, 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 down. Yeah. And I thought, it's time I'm letting you go. This time I know it for sure. I just thought I should let you know. Yeah, now, no words no more, no. I got so high on a low. That's when I loved you the most. Now I thought I should let you know. Yeah, now, no words no more, no. I really thought we had it covered. Was gonna patch up all the scars, but we smashed up all the parts. Oh, na, na, na. Always knew that you were stubborn, but didn't know it'd be so hard to figure out who you really are. I guess our dreams fell asleep. There's no passion in the comatose. Baby going down, 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 down. Baby going down, 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 down. Tried so hard to stay afloat. Yeah, we keep moving like the river goes. Baby going down, 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 down. Yeah. And I thought, it's time I'm letting you go. This time I know it for sure. Just thought I should let you know. Yeah, now, no words no more, no. I got so high on a low. That's when I loved you the most. Now I thought I should let you know. Yeah, now, no words no more, no. We don't know, no words no more. We don't know, no words no more. We don't know, no words no more, no, no. We don't know, no words no more. We don't know, no words no more. We don't know, no words no more, no, no. Yeah. I guess our dreams fell asleep. There's no passion in the comatose. Baby going down, down, down. Baby going down, 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 down. Tried so hard to stay afloat. We keep moving like the river goes. Baby going down,